hello. Welcome back to Even More News, the first and only news podcast that we record on Monday and release Tuesday. I'm Katy Stoll.
Hey, hello, Katy Stoll. Hi, I'm Cody. I have nothing to add to the introduction.
That was perfect. You didn't
Thank
need
you.
to add anything else except Jonathan is also here.
Hi. Right on schedule.
How's everybody doing? Good weekends? We don't have much time, so concise answers.
Fine weekend.
Jonathan.
Was fine.
Mine was fine.
Oh.
Cool. We all had fine weekends.
We should probably talk about the thing that happened right after we recorded last week, right?
If you want something big to happen, wait until we hit stop on this in about a half hour.
It was so soon after.
The Wall Street Journal published a letter that Trump wrote for Epstein on his 50th birthday. You've all read it. It's not great.
It's a bad card.
The Wall Street Journal would not have published this without 20 lawyers making sure this was buttoned
The
up.
Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Right. The card was written inside a outline of a naked woman's body. Unknown if Trump drew that. And then inside is text of a little like mini play of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump talking. And apparently the woman's pubic hair is the Donald Trump signature in Sharpie.
It is. You've seen the pictures.
Okay. It says, voice over. There must be more to life than having everything.
Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Nor will I, since I also know what it is.
We have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
Yes, we do, come to think of it.
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
The claim I've seen in response to it is that this is a nothing burger. And I'm trying to assess what they mean by that. And I think it's kind of half and half. It's unclear how they want to play this because it seems like some people are saying, what? It's nothing. Many people are saying it's fake and it's not. He didn't do this letter and it's not real because the president said it was fake.
Here's my thing about a fake letter. If the libs were making a fake letter, wouldn't they put more in there?
Yeah, this isn't written like somebody trying to sound like Donald Trump. Like it reads like a cryptic freak winking at his fucked up friend.
In a brain that works slightly better than it does now because it's 20 some years ago.
Exactly. That's a thing I've seen a lot of, and Vance did this right away, like the good little boy he is. I spend so much time with him. The president's my best friend, actually. He's my new dad, and so on. And then he said, and he doesn't talk like this. Well, no one's saying that Donald Trump talks like this now. Also, even if they were, no one's saying this little back and forth is like a transcript. No one's claiming that they said these words out loud in real life and this is it written down. It's a little scene that he wrote.
He's trying to be clever and discreet.
Yeah, he's a secret rich pedophile writing a card to his secret rich pedophile buddy. It's a little scene he wrote. It's not a tweet. It's not him doing a rant about windmills. It's this 20-year-old private correspondence.
I love this tweet. Don Jr. saying, Trump doesn't use the word enigma, but he does.
He does use that word many times. But also, so your defense is that
my dad doesn't use big words.
Your guy just doesn't know the word enigma. He's the president of the United States twice.
My dumbass dad and our dumbass president wouldn't use this not even SAT word, word that is like
not
Batman
a complicated
Forever
word.
is like drilled into your brain. So anyway, Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal now, maybe. He filed a
Classic move.
lawsuit.
Well, it's worked out for him a lot lately.
Right. If they might fold, I don't know what Murdoch, who's 94, so not much, but like what he must be thinking right now, because if there's anyone who could make things very uncomfortable for Donald Trump, it's Rupert Murdoch. One phone call and Jesse Waters is, calling him a pedophile.
You're the enemy now. Exactly.
Yeah. It's also very strange because this is like a flex of power, because the president is not a private, like, is he suing as the president or as a private citizen? But it's tough because Trump has all this immunity, so you can't sue him. You can't go after him financially, but he can go after anyone he wants financially. Right. Seems apparently like a legal setup that we wouldn't want. Justice Roberts. Trump is desperate to move on from this, and they have thrown a bunch of stuff at the wall this weekend.
Yes. We will get to that in a moment. I just want to put a pin in that card thing. Anybody, if you have somebody in your life who is still on the Trump train and they're really resisting this card business, I just let them know there's still time. There's still time. You can realize all this stuff. You can come back. You can return to the light. If this card is real, I don't know how you can interpret this card as anything other than what it obviously is, if it is real.
Unless they were doing some other crime together.
Unless there's some other crime. Or they're like, is it like a bit about, like, imagine if we were both rich pedophiles. Here are the kinds of cards we would write each other. Like, I don't know what else this could be. Leave in the comments if you've got like a good theory about this, I guess.
Just imagine writing that as knowing that it's going into a whole book of other cards that other people are going to look at.
Trump is desperate to move on from this, and they have thrown a bunch of stuff at the wall this weekend. So Tulsi Gabbard, who you might have forgotten as the director of national intelligence for some reason, she says the Obama administration should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law because of a conspiracy about manufactured intelligence related to the Russia hoax. What is she talking about? There was a document that came out of the intelligence world during Obama, after Trump had been elected, but before he took office in December 2016. And the right is acting like this is a massive scandal because it says, we assess that foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on election infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential election outcome this year. We have no evidence of cyber manipulation of election infrastructure intended to alter results. End quote. Cody, your hand is raised.
Do you?
Yes. I already knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yep.
I already knew that. I don't know what are you getting at?
If they go back and read the Mueller report, which they could, they should know that it was all about leaking documents to WikiLeaks, which we know they did. That could be damaging to the Clinton campaign, which they were. And social media encouragement and like troll farms. Like that's what it was. And of course, the meetings.
And Manafort sharing polling and stuff. And
finding the connections between Donald Trump's campaign and them, of course.
Right. That was the thing, that they attempted to influence the election. No one ever said...
Did they hack the machines?
I still don't fully understand what they're trying to say here.
Well, this is treason,
online,
apparently.
This is treason. I know.
They keep using that word. It seems
I'm
like
clear
a dangerous
that's
accusation.
what they're saying this is. I am clear on that.
Mm-hmm.
But what specifically is the treason? That's still being revealed to me.
They're saying that that Obama's White House had this information, but instead lied and said that they did mess with the voting machines, which of course they never did, and the intelligence community never said.
That's why I'm confused.
They're making up a thing in the past that didn't happen that if he did, would be treason.
Yeah, because also it seems like they're saying, because there's another document that changed that sentence, the one that you read, Jonathan. It reads slightly differently than the original, and it seems like they just sort of reassessed their intelligence and rephrased it, and that's the claim. Obama is like, no, we gotta trick everybody into thinking that Russia hacked the election for Trump.
So this is just in the few months. So we're talking about the few months in between Obama.
Yeah, it's like mid to late December.
To leaving. Interesting that none of this came to light during his first presidency.
Oh wait, was Trump was the president, so he could have
Right.
All
We're
this
talking about
stuff.
that.
Oh.
If we're talking about that period in
Interesting.
between when...
Interesting.
Interesting. It's just such bullshit. And to be clear, I did understand everything you guys laid out, but I'm still like, what are we talking about here? Because it's so fucking obvious. It is so beyond obvious what's happening right now, which is an attempt to distract from this other conversation, to make a big soup of conspiracy chaos, have Obama's name trending on fucking Twitter instead of pedophile island or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's making me feel a little sick. Again, it's hard to know. The Twitter's not real world, but it does seem to have taken over the narrative for the last couple days.
But it's interesting because if you look at this entire thing, there was like a big declassified document by the national intelligence agencies. In the same document where that apparently smoking gun exists, it also lays out the other real things that happened. Like, we assessed that Russian intelligence services were behind the compromises of the DNC and DCCC networks and of email accounts from members of Congress, state political parties, a voter registration organization, and several other U.S. political organizations. We have high confidence in our assessment. So the documents they're releasing show what happened and what we've said. It says
and what we thought happened. And,
right.
Yeah.
And if Trump is just saying that the Russia hoax is that he was involved or that he was coordinated, okay, let's say you weren't. Is this stuff true? Have you ever mentioned it? Have you ever said, like, we're going to go after Putin for interfering in our elections, which the very document says they did?
It's working in the sense of, like, the narrative, because I've seen, again, Benny Johnson, like, sharing these statements and being like, oh my God, it's blown wide open. It's like, you didn't read past the first sentence. Nobody's reading past these, like, the headline that they want out there is effective in at least the online grifterverse and people, like, slurping up the slop. Because also the timing of it, okay, you have this big Wall Street Journal story come out and everyone's scrambling. And so then over the weekend, when most people aren't necessarily reading up on the news, but the people who are going to be talking about it today and sharing all the memes of Obama getting arrested are the people it needs to work on in order for the next step of distraction seems to have been effective. But we'll see. I've also seen people be like, you're just trying to distract from the thing. From center right-ish people.
For sure. I mean, there are plenty of people out there that see it for what it is. But I think there is certainly a contingency of folks who want to take any life raft they can
100%. That's
to
the thing.
Move on from it.
That's why they don't read past the first sentence. They're like, oh, we got our headline. We have our, like, they said they didn't do it. Well, you didn't even, like, it's not even that you didn't read the first sentence. You didn't finish the first sentence. As we discussed, they're saying that they weren't, like, hacking the votes and the infrastructure. We knew that. But they're just rolling with it. Trump's doing, like, yeah, Obama arrested memes already. And
yes, he's posting to Truth Social, like, AI videos of him sitting in the Oval Office with Obama, and then Obama gets, like, thrown to the ground by the FBI.
Disgusting.
Or something.
Disgusting.
But, like, they spend the whole weekend going on Fox News and Newsmax and posting a bunch of different things, and kind of whatever one, like, feels like the people will join in on, they'll be like, okay, that's it. So Trump is posting the Washington Commanders have to change their name back to the racial slur, or else I won't approve their stadium deal.
Oh, and then there's, of course, Adam Schiff mortgage fraud, which is so funny to me that he suddenly cares about mortgage fraud. You fuck.
Trump is saying he needs to be arrested. He needs to go to jail. Like anyone, he just wants to really scare people.
Look, all of this is laughable and confusing, but also terrifying, because there is a world where they really dig into this with Obama. And yes, I've seen a lot of people online, like presidential immunity, which we just went through with Donald Trump. But I believe that there are ways for them to work around that if they want.
I mean, it does seem like it's just a narrative move.
It is just a narrative.
Like, I don't think they're going to actually attempt to bring charges against Obama. But
certainly ginning up hatred and a conversation about it. So is this just going to be another big conspiracy that he promotes and then
Oh, yeah, and then his supporters will be like,
abandons.
oh, yeah, the treasonous Obama because of this thing, and Trump never did anything about it. Or yeah.
And you would think at a certain point, like, they'd say, like, which it seems like it might have been happening with this Epstein thing. Like, wait, you said lock her up about Clinton a decade ago. When are you going to start locking people up? They really do want it. So it becomes a thing of, will they just get on board? Like, we're going to lock up Obama and it'll bring them all back. But will Trump feel like he has to do that at some point? And what does that look like?
Yeah.
Even he understands that he still has to go a little bit gradual. He can't just arrest Obama today. Maybe in 3 months he can do that, because we're going quicker than I thought we would. Right there, there was a story. There's a story in the Washington Post today. They analyzed every lawsuit that's been filed against the administration and every outcome so far. Courts ruled against the administration 165 times, and the Washington Post found that they had defied or frustrated court oversight in 57 of those cases, almost 35%. We're going quickly here. They are just ignoring about a third of the court orders, and we're still here, still puttering around. So
we kind of breezed past this in setting up the whole Wall Street Journal story, but there is an assault on the media and on journalism and people reporting the truth. Just this past week, Colbert spoke out about the settlement between Paramount and Donald Trump so that they could approve a merger, and he got fired. The highest rated show in late night, and they just canceled it.
more than Gutfeld?
I imagine Gutfeld is probably higher ratings because he's the only one for that viewpoint in that time slot, even though I also wouldn't qualify Gutfeld as like late night TV.
Well, I guess that depends on what you want to qualify it as.
Right.
Yeah. But regardless, this is a hit show in an industry where late night isn't doing as well as it used to. This is a hit show, and they, it's not as though they've admitted that this is why the show was canceled. They're pretending like, they were thinking about it anyway.
Obviously, late night shows that we all grew up with is a dying medium. Colbert was brought in to replace Letterman to try and get younger and bring in younger audiences. The average age of a Letterman viewer when he was done was 60, and now the average age of a Colbert viewer, I believe, is 68. So it is skewing very old, and that it's hard to get advertisers. I understand all of that. I think that made it easy for them to fire Colbert a few days after this. They knew it would make Trump happy. They're trying to merge with Skydance. The guy who runs Skydance is David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, who created the software company Oracle. So he was just a very super rich guy who decided I make movies now. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Nothing, Colbert, that kind of thing means nothing to them. And Colbert will be fine. He's made a lot of money. I'm sure he can jump back onto Comedy Central with Jon Stewart, or they do an online thing.
He'll probably, and this is a separate thing. He'll probably be better. He'll probably do a lot better comedy because he's not doesn't have to be safe on CBS.
Right. But that's not the point, really.
I know. This is a separate part.
All of that aside, at least take a beat. It's just the optics of it.
Oh, yeah. Announce it a week later or 2 weeks later.
But they wanted that optic, I think.
Yes.
Because, knowing that
they want
this
to
will
send
blow
signals
over at a certain point. When we talk about how fast this is going, this is a part of it. That's a part of it, because our media institutions are being bowled over by this administration, which in and of itself should be a huge fucking story on the top of everybody's mind all the time. And it barely breaks the surface because there's just an onslaught.
We've been primed for about 8, however many years of Trump stuff to sort of let a lot of the attacks on the media sort of wash over us, because that's just what he does now, and that's how he is. And a lot of it is sort of, just like bluster. And but it's also real, as we've seen all these settlements and all these entities sort of giving in ahead of time, which makes him more bold and willing to go after people, whether it be the Wall Street Journal for this or whether it be threatening AOC for correctly calling him a rapist. All these things, he is now emboldened to do that because he knows, because of all these different business relationships, it's not like a conspiracy. It's just how incentives work and aligned interests work. All these people have aligned interests, and so they're going to give in to Trump so that they can do X or Y, depending on the situation. It's not great.
It's not great.
It's not great.
One more topic before we go today, shall we, folks? Yes, indeed.
MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, which I guess is just, when you refer to MAHA, you're referring to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and whatever he's doing. So they're promoting a lot of MAHA wins. The big one this weekend was after Trump last week said that he had talked with the CEO of Coca-Cola and they had agreed to replace all the high fructose corn syrup with cane sugar, which the CEO of Coca-Cola then said, we are always looking to expand our blah, 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 and did not commit to it. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was promoting on Twitter that Steak and Shake, which is I guess a MAGA fast food place now, is going to sell the Coke with the cane sugar instead of the high fructose corn syrup, which is what we call Mexican Coke, which you can buy. And I think it does taste better. It's what many places in the world have instead of the version with high fructose corn syrup. All of that is fine. It is not healthier to drink a Coke with cane sugar than a Coke with high fructose corn syrup. It's all like 60 grams of sugar or whatever the number is. It's just
soda pop. It's soda pop. Soda.
It's slightly less processed, but you're drinking a Coca-Cola. It's a ultra processed food if we're using that term, right? So a lot of these MAHA wins are kind of like that. Oh, we're removing dyes, food coloring. Steak and Shake also, of course, moved to beef tallow.
They're also doing lots of other things that are absolutely devastating to American health.
Yeah, that's the thing about all these little wins. It's like, okay, so he's got some dyes out of there, and it's like a different type of sugar. But you're like, where's your fake vaccine report that you promised to like
September?
All the September,
exactly.
All these other things they're doing are so bad, and like you're gonna start getting like rat fur in all your food and shit. But it'll be real sugar, so that's good.
It does taste delicious.
It's amazing. It's so good. Well, the thing is, it's really, really good. Sugar.
Sugar
It tastes
is
so
addictive.
sweet. It tastes so sweet. It's so
sweet.
delicious.
How does it do that?
How does it do that? It's so sweet.
I want to say it's like rich liberal coded almost, of like we're getting rid of anything synthetic. Where it's like back to the organic craze. And again, totally fine to do that, right? I mean, New York put a tax on sugary drinks, did they not? Right?
Oh yeah, it's Michelle Obama's food like it's all this stuff that Republicans hate, actually.
But you need to regulate like the vaccines, the antibiotics, the treatments, the antivirals, all of the like that's your job. There's like a lot of medicines. There's a lot of like health guidance that you're in charge of like 4 agencies doing, and you're celebrating one fast
Steak
food
and Shake
establishment that we don't even have here in LA because I guess it's MAGA, being like, we're changing the thing slightly, but you trust me, these are Trump burgers or whatever.
Yeah. But meanwhile, folks, we're gutting research. We're gutting programs to find cures for cancer. We're abandoning projects that are looking really good. Make America healthy again, I guess, but die from treatable disease.
Exactly. And all in service of a disgusting rich pedophile who writes little secret notes to other ones.
And who really doesn't want us to be talking about
really
his
doesn't want us to talk
notes.
about it.
All right, that's it. We've done it. We're out of here, folks.
Oh, all right.
I was trying something new. We're out of here.
It's great. We're out of here.
I don't know. It didn't sound good to me, but we'll see what the people think. We'll be back Friday for even more news.
That's so true.
And in the meantime,
what?
We love you very much.
What? Much. Oh boy, the news never stops, does it? Until the episode's over, then there's no more news. That's nice. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe. And oh my gosh, look, there's so many links maybe and things. There's other content and websites. So there they are. Goodbye.